The Rainbow Theater presents The Care Bears and the Small Problem. When you hear this, turn the page. Let's begin now.
There's a floating land up in the sky called Care-a-Lot, where the Care Bears live, and by they'll share a lot of love with you. And if you're feeling happy or even feeling blue, there's sure to be a Care Bear who feels the way you do. The Care Bears are here, let's give them a cheer. In the hall of the heart they're ready to start caring for you. The Care Bears are here, let's give them a cheer. In the hall of the heart they're ready to start caring for you. There's Love-a-Lot Bear with love to spare, a friend bear to rely on, tender heart and cheer bear with a shoulder you can cry on. There's Wish Bear and Good Luck Bear with his four-leaf clover, baby tugs and bedtime bear for when the day is over. The Care Bears are here, let's give them a cheer. In the hall of the heart they're ready to start caring for you. The Care Bears are here, let's give them a cheer. In the hall of the heart they're ready to start caring for you. The Care Bears are here, let's give them a cheer. In the hall of the heart they're ready to start caring for you.
High up in the sky, in their fluffy cloud home of Care-a-Lot, the Care Bears were busy spring cleaning. Tenderheart's tummy symbol glowed brightly. Hundreds of tiny hearts appeared to sweep up the stardust that lay on the clouds.
We'll have lots of stardust to sprinkle on someone's rainy day now.
Cheer Bear had climbed up her rainbow ladder to wash the windows of the halls of hearts.
Clean windows are cheery windows.
Grumpy Bear walked past below, holding up his umbrella and scowling, which was not unusual. Funshine Bear, who was busy picking hearts from the heart tree, smiled at her friend.
Put your umbrella away, Grumpy. The sun is here to stay.
Grumpy wasn't so sure.
It looks like rain to me.
But he closed his umbrella anyway. Just at that moment, Cheer Bear lost her balance and dropped her bucket of water. The bucket landed upside down over Grumpy's head, and the cold water drenched him from head to foot. His grumbling voice echoed out from inside the bucket.
What did I tell you? Rain.
Funshine couldn't help giggling.
Cheer Bear's dropped a clanger.
Cheer Bear chuckled merrily, floating down on a heart balloon.
No, I didn't. I dropped a bucket.
Wish Bear was on lookout duty. Peering through the starscope at the Earth, she gave a little gasp.
Heavens to Fuzzy. Someone needs some Care Bear loving to brighten their way.
Down below, Sarah, a rather small girl, was playing ball with Big Brenda and her gang.
I'll catch it.
Sarah chased after the ball as it bounced away. Unfortunately, Big Brenda was running after the ball in the opposite direction. She didn't see Sarah until they collided and tumbled over backwards into a muddy puddle. Big Brenda was not amused. She turned on Sarah.
You're useless. We don't want a shrimp like you ruining our games. You only get in the way.
The girls pushed Sarah aside and stormed off to play on their own. A tear ran down Sarah's sad face.
It's not fair.
one likes me just because I'm smaller than they are.
Everybody in the world is bigger than me, 'cause I'm as small can be. I only come up to my best friend's knee. Oh, I do hate being small. The other day I went into a sweet shop. I stopped as long as I could stop, but they couldn't see my face above the countertop. Oh, I do hate being small. It wouldn't be so bad if I was pretty, or intelligent or had £1,000,000. But it's really very hard to hold your head up high when it's less than 3 feet off the ground. Everything that's in the world looks down on me, at least as far as I can see. How could anybody like someone as small as me? Oh, I do hate being small.
We like you, Sarah.
Sarah looked up in amazement as the Care Bears flew down in their cloudmobiles. Tenderheart gave a warm smile.
Small can be fun if you care hard enough. Just ask us.
Sarah wasn't convinced.
Small is rotten. I want to be big like the other girls, and I'm going to be.
She walked off sadly. Good Luck Bear looked worried.
I don't like the sound of this. It's lucky we're here to care for her.
Sarah returned home and pulled out the stilts she had been given for her birthday.
I'll be much taller if I walk on these stilts.
She climbed up onto the stilts and wobbled unsteadily.
Whoa, whoops! It's not as easy as I thought.
Sarah staggered out of the house and wibble-wobbled down the street on the stilts.
Wait until Big Brenda sees me now.
Suddenly, a gust of wind blew against Sarah. She swayed back and forth and then fell towards the busy road.
Help!
Care Bears to the rescue!
Cheer Bear created a rainbow chute to catch Sarah before she hit the road. Sarah slid down the chute and landed safely on a fluffy, soft heart cushion which Love-A-Lot Bear had made.
Love will save you from a sore bottom.
Tenderheart helped Sarah to her feet.
You should never play near busy roads. It's very dangerous.
Sarah looked cross.
I wasn't playing. I was making myself bigger.
Before the Care Bears could stop her, she ran into the park. Wish Bear scratched his head.
What's she up to now?
Tenderheart beckoned to his friends.
Let's follow her. She might need us again.
Oh, Fuzzies, there she is.
Friend Bear pointed to a tall tree. Sarah had climbed the tree and was now hanging upside down from a branch by her feet.
The silly Billy must be trying to stretch her legs to make herself taller. But that branch looks as if it's about to...
There was a loud cracking noise and the branch snapped off the tree. Sarah fell and landed in the river below.
Help! Help! I can't swim!
Sarah thrashed about in the water, feeling very scared.
Help! Hold on, we'll save you.
Friend Bear's tummy symbol glowed, and a large net made from giant daisies appeared. The bears quickly threw the net out to Sarah and pulled her in.
What a funny-looking fish we've got,
chuckled Love-A-Lot playfully.
I'll soon have you feeling snuggly and dry.
Funshine's sunshine symbol floated over Sarah's head, and its warm rays shone down on her.
You need cheering up.
Cheer Bear took Sarah's hand and led her to a cloudmobile.
Come back to Carolot with us.
Sarah gave a happy cry of delight as she went riding up, down, and around Carolot on Cheer Bear's rainbow slide.
Carolot's everything I've ever dreamed it could be.
Cheer Bear smiled.
And it's just right for someone small like you.
The other bears were holding an emergency meeting in the Hall of Hearts.
We must make Sarah see that small can be beautiful.
Tenderheart nodded.
I agree, Wishbear. We could show her that big people have problems too. What do you think, Bedtime?
Agreed Bedtime Bear, who had fallen fast asleep. Returning to Earth, the Care Bears and Sarah sat on a large cloud watching people pass by below. A tall man entered a shop and bumped his head on top of the doorframe. He grumbled, rubbing his sore head. Ow! I wish I was smaller. Sarah giggled. And Tenderheart turned to her.
Being big wasn't much fun then, was it?
A tall boy was playing hide-and-seek with his friends. He hid behind a bush, but was soon caught out. His friends laughed.
We could see you easily, Gary. You're too tall to hide properly.
Friend Bear smiled.
Everyone, big or small, has problems. It's not size that counts, but how much sunshine you bring to people's lives.
The cloud landed, and the Care Bears and Sarah stepped off.
I wish my friends would like me, even if I am smaller than they are.
If you wish hard enough, your wishes will come true.
Wishbear winked at her friends and whispered,
With a little Care Bear magic to help it along.
Big Brenda and her gang came past, looking very miserable.
We were playing with our ball when it started bouncing all over the place.
Wishbear whistled innocently. Her friends chuckled. They knew she had been up to something with her special magic. Big Brenda went on.
The ball bounced over a tall fence. There's a small hole in the fence, but it's too tiny for us to squeeze through.
Wishbear spoke up.
Sarah will get it back for you.
Why should I? They're not my friends anymore.
If you don't care for others, it will be harder for them to care for you.
Big Brenda took Sarah and the bears to the fence. Sarah squeezed through the hole, and the Care Bears followed after her. They found themselves in a dark wood. Sarah looked disappointed.
I'll never find the ball. It's too dark to see properly.
Funshine's tummy symbol shone out like a powerful searchlight.
All we need is a little light to brighten our way.
They looked behind the trees, inside the bushes, and even down a rabbit burrow. A rabbit poked her head out of the burrow to see what Good Luck Bear was up to.
Hello, Mrs. Rabbit. Have you seen our ball?
To Good Luck's surprise, the rabbit looked very frightened and disappeared back down her burrow. Good Luck was most upset.
Don't say she was frightened of me.
Not you. Him!
Sarah pointed to a large, savage dog who was hurrying towards them, barking angrily.
eyes in his head will fill you full of dread, and his teeth will make you tremble with fear. Deep in the wood there's a dog who, if he could, will put teeth marks all around your knee. He'll bark as you run, and it won't be for fun. You'll be very late home for your tea. With a heart made of stone, he's a dog all alone. His tail doesn't wag, it rather tends to sag. He wants to bite everybody in sight. He's his own worst enemy.
The dog ran towards Good Luck Bear and tripped higgledy-piggledy over its own tail.
I'm looking at me. If I wasn't, he might have caught me.
Sarah found herself being whisked to safety atop a giant heart balloon created by Tenderheart.
You'll be safe there while we teach this dog how to care.
The Care Bears stood together, holding paws. They took a deep breath and cried,
Care Bears stare!
The symbols on their tummies glowed brightly. A stream of rainbow-colored rays poured out, filling the dark wood with light. The bear's magic struck the dog, and it found itself filled with a warm, tingling sensation that chased all its uncaring feelings away.
He doesn't want to bite anyone now. Oh!
The dog bowled Tenderheart off his feet and began licking him all over.
Hey, stop it! I'm ticklish.
Sheer Bear brought Sarah down again.
He looks like a stray dog. No wonder he was so bad-tempered if he has no one to care for him.
I'll care for him.
Sarah gave the dog a cuddle.
He can be my special friend, and I'll be his.
The dog ran off, but soon returned with the ball in its mouth. Funshine Bear laughed.
He's a clever dog, too.
Big Brenda smiled when she saw that Sarah had found the ball.
Sorry we were so nasty. We don't care how small you are. Let's be friends again.
Sarah gave each of the Care Bears a special hug.
Thanks for showing me that size isn't important. I like being small after all.
Tenderheart grinned.
Real friends care for you just the way you are. And remember, the Care Bears will always be your friends whenever you need us most.
Let's give them a cheer. In the whole of the hearts, they're ready to start caring for you. The Care Bears are here. Let's give them a cheer. In the whole of the hearts, they're ready to start caring for you. There's Love Bear with love to spare, a friend bear to rely on. Tenderheart and Cheer Bear with a shoulder you can cry on. There's Wish Bear